All right, good morning, everyone. It's Kinninigan. You're going to notice a difference in the audio. The last video I did, I was on my new dynamic microphone. This one, I'm just on my headset because I just wanted to answer a question. Yeah, please share, like, subscribe. If you could support the channel, I'd appreciate it. I always tell people I always need cigarettes. Not kidding about that. Someone I wanted to respond to a comment. Are you Kinninigan from DTV? Yes, I am. They're talking about Disclosed TV. Disclosed TV is the forum. It was a website, disclosed.tv, about, uh, I'm guessing about 15, was it? Oh, wow. It was maybe about 15 years ago where I started. Disclosed TV was a PHP forum, and they also were a video hosting website. So when I started first researching about reptilians, this is where I would post all my reptilian research at disclosed.tv on the PHP forum there. And when I first showed up to that site, I was accused of a lot of things. And then basically, I turned a lot of people who were skeptics about reptilians into believers. And I'm responding to Perp 3.16. Are you connected? Yeah, and if you're aware, I've remained friends with a few other people from Disclosed TV over the years. Specifically, if you remember, if you were posting back then, there were usernames. One was Data, the other one was Domika. Those two gentlemen were the ones who helped me go to Area 51 in 2019. They, we were a very eclectic group at Disclosed TV back then. We had everyone posting in those forums, everyone from black magicians to computer hackers to people in secret societies to people like me. It was a very eclectic group. I still know other names from DTV that are on my Facebook, even though I haven't been on Facebook in a while, like Will East, if you remember Will East. Lucid Lemon Drop. My friend Louie, I forget which handle Lewis was using at the time. He's a friend of mine from New Jersey. He now lives in Puerto Rico. Yeah, there were a lot of us. You remember Marduk, the forum moderator named Marduk. Yeah, I know Marduk. He's from Germany. Now, here's the thing with Disclosed TV. When I first started researching about reptilians, I wanted to find a conspiracy forum, and we're going back to like the 2010s, okay? That would just let me publish my research about reptilians. Disclosed.tv was the only conspiracy forum out there allowing me to post my research. And that's why to this day, I know who owns the forum. It's Lucas, gentleman from Germany. Kind of, and the whole irony of the thing was, I'm not going to say, I know, I'm just being a little funny here, but the only forum I had free speech on to post about reptilians was a website being run from Germany, of all things. And we hear about free speech in America. No, there isn't. Because the two conspiracy forums around that time that were run out of the United States of America would not let me post my research about reptilians, and I don't think they would to this day either. Let me explain. You had Disclosed TV, which was run from Germany. Lucas, pretty good guy. Um, they allowed me to post my reptilian research on there. I used to have the dancing reptilian rave avatar. If you remember my avatar from DTV, it was a dancing GIF of a lizard man in a rave jumpsuit. Yeah, I still have that avatar on my old computer. I gotta hook up my old computer and get it off of there. I was infamous for that. And my name, like what I came to that forum and turned a bunch of reptilian non-believers or people, and they just watched me. On by the time that website is shut down, that forum isn't around anymore. Sadly, I could probably pull up some old posts on the Wayback Machine, but I'm not doing that right now. I had roughly about 10,000 posts on those forums. That's a lot of posts. And I made a lot of friends, and we became a very tight knit community. The other big conspiracy sites that were around, and they still are around to this day, but they will not let me post my research. I'll tell you why. You had above top secret, which is openly run by Freemason. Why are Freemason running a conspiracy site on the internet? Why won't they let you post about secret societies or reptilians? Yeah, like they wouldn't even acknowledge that I exist at above top secret. Some of the mods over there are actually named like Augustus Masonicus, running the secret society subforum. Oh yeah, a Freemason moderating a secret society forum. Yeah, yeah, real great. Um, then you had Godlike Productions, which we know who owns that. It's a guy named Trinity. You Godlike Productions is still. I still visit the site. I don't post there because you can find a lot of things on Godlike Productions, but you will not find any posts about reptilians. And then there was Lunatic Outpost, which is another smaller forum. I never posted there. I think you could post about reptilians there, but I wasn't diverting my energy. I wanted to stick to one website and post all my research there, which was Disclosed TV. And yes, I am Kinninigan from Disclosed TV. It's amazing how after 15 years people remember my name. There's a reason I use this name, Kinninigan. If I was username Joe Blow 5269, who's going to remember me, right? You don't forget the name Kinninigan. And it's one of the blessings I have with my name. So yeah, I am welcome to my YouTube. Welcome to my 10th YouTube channel. I've been kicked off YouTube 10 times because I wasn't getting that much into it at Disclosed TV, but that's because on YouTube about 10 years ago, I was posting a lot about satanic ritual abuse, Pizzagate, child trafficking, pedophilia. We were talking about the Epstein files before anybody was. It was just a conspiracy then. And yeah, that is me. And currently, right now, Perp 316, I'm working on a book. Part of that book, as an introduction to my research, is going to include more or less what I just told you there, the history of how I started researching reptilians and how I posted it, and how even at that time it wasn't a subject that you could just post anywhere. You know, you could post about any conspiracy under the sun, the Loch Ness monster to Bigfoot, on most of these forums. Once you go full reptilian, why do people freak out so much about reptilians? Ask yourself the questions. So yeah, I've kept. In fact, I'm on Steam right now. Some of those members from DTV are on my Steam account right now, and I talk to them all the time. Do you remember Canubis? Yeah, how could you forget Canubis? He's he's still a friend of mine. He's on my Steam. He just gifted me a game this past Christmas on Steam. Yeah, he's another friend of mine from DTV. The Alien Key, if you remember all that stuff. So yeah, I am Kinninigan from DTV. Welcome back. I'm gonna tag you in this video title. I think I can do that, and then because like I do, I heart all the comments to my subs and I answer questions because like I said, I have a background in posting at PHP forums. So I'm used to responding to comments on threads I would write. I would have reptilian threads that would go on with all kinds of replies and comments, and we'd all, people that didn't believe in it, but we always were able to have discussions about it. And you can't even do that at all conspiracy forums anymore, which is a joke. Yeah, there's a lot of other conspiracies you could post about, but you can't go full reptilian because, yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to answer that comment. Yeah, it is me from DTV. Anyway, if you could support the channel, I'd appreciate it. I do need cigarettes. I always need cigarettes. Um, yeah, we invented online trolling at Disclosed TV. It was a very unique forum. Half these snowflakes on YouTube couldn't handle the kind of sense of humor we had back then. It was not a safe space. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, all right. I got all the. I heard nicotine is good for immunity. It is. That's why I'm not going to quit smoking. It's the only vice I have anyway. Anyway, if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. Take care and God bless.